All right, things that you might not know about the Osbournes. TV show that was on MTV back in the day. Feels weird saying that, but it debuted on March 5th, 2002. It lasted 4 seasons, 52 episodes. It wrapped up on March 21st, 2005.
I was there for every episode and was pissed off about the last one.
I remember that I watched the first season, and I think that was about it. And I remember it was right when I was getting into radio broadcasting, and that was one of the popular shows that we would pull like audio from to play on our college radio programs. But do you guys know what inspired the show?
The Jerry Springer Show?
Yeah.
Real World.
Real World. By the way, this is the LA cast, which I think was the second Real World. They recently did a like a reunion or something with some of these people. It's really weird. But yeah, the show was inspired by the Real World. MTV originally wanted a rock version of the Real World, and they approached Sharon Osbourne with the idea. Instead of featuring multiple bands, Sharon pitched a reality show centered entirely on their family, and MTV loved the idea. Now, here is why you can hate the Osbournes. Since it became one of the first celebrity reality TV shows, and it was so successful, it paved the way for shows like Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. I've never seen an episode of it, so cheers to me.
We give that one 3 farts. All right, here we go. Ozzy hated the cameras in his house. Although Ozzy was the star, he reportedly hating having cameras constantly filming him. He later admitted that he often had no idea what was happening due to his heavy medication at the time. I believe that was marijuana. Because he came out afterwards and he said that he was stoned the entire time.
Yeah.
And he described filming as feeling like a lab rat in an experiment. I remember there was like a full 5-minute segment of him trying to put a goddamn garbage bag in the garbage bin.
Yeah. They would always do that. Or him trying to figure out which channel was changed by which button, and he couldn't figure out which remote would do it. Shut up!
Jack and Kelly became instant stars, but Aimee refused to participate. Ozzy and Sharon's eldest daughter, Aimee Osbourne, refused to be a part of the show because she wanted to stay out of the spotlight. She moved out of the house before filming began and has since distanced herself from the Osbourne reality TV empire. Although Shim and I asked her about it because we did get to interview her for, it was either Rockstar 101 or History of Rock. Meanwhile, Jack and Kelly became pop culture icons overnight, leading to their own spin-off projects and music careers. They were fucking obnoxious on this show, dude.
Yeah, they were.
Like, they were like the worst goddamn kids.
But then you found out at the end it was all fake anyways.
Well, and then they have since, I think, turned into some pretty good human beings. Like, you know, they from what I can tell. Although I'm pretty sure that Kelly is on Ozempic because she's got that weird like skeleton look now,
like Tom Brady,
and that drives me nuts, man. It was also one of the most heavily censored shows on MTV. The Osbournes swore so much that MTV had to add constant bleeping to make the episodes air-friendly. On average, the family swore nearly 60 times per episode, making it one of the most heavily censored shows in MTV history. Despite the excessive profanity, the show still became MTV's most watched series at the time. There's a couple scenes actually that I remember. There's one where Jack and Kelly are like, we're going to go to this club and check out, I think it was Billy Corgan's band. And it was like a side project that he was doing. And for the life of me, Zwan was the name of the band. And I remember that was right when, because like I said, this is when I was just first getting into radio. I worked at the college radio station, and we had just gotten the Zwan single to play on the air. And I was watching, I'm like, I know them!
Billy Corgan, you mean Bill Burr's brother?
Yeah, that's all BS.
No, owner of NWA Wrestling.
There you go. And finally, Sharon Osbourne actually battled cancer during filming.
Yeah, remember that.
In 2002, while filming season 2, Sharon was diagnosed with colon cancer and had to go undergo chemotherapy. The show documented her health struggles, and Ozzy was deeply affected, often breaking down on camera. Sharon later said that the love from fans helped her through it, and she ultimately recovered fully. Okay, so one of the scenes I do remember is she's hanging out on the couch with her kids, and she sticks her hand down her pants. You remember this?
No.
And she, like, wipes herself down there, and then goes to wipe it on her kid. Seriously, go watch it. It's on the Osbournes, man.
Sharing the yeast.
Ugh. All right, moving on.
Did she call it Miami?
She did not call it Miami. It did not take place.
The only thing...
It did not take place in Miami either.
I enjoyed that show until they did the final episode and you found out it was all scripted. And I remember everybody being pissed about that because remember they did where he like pretend kills the dog in his sleep, and they did the whole episode where he's like trying to hide that he killed the dog, but he was trying to tell his parents he did something bad. And when they get together and he's going to explain it to them, they all then like turn to the camera and go, "Ha!" And they show that the dog's okay. And it was like, everyone was like, the fuck? And then it was that whole thing where it was, wait, this whole thing's scripted, isn't it? And I think they took like...
I think this is before that we realized that producers on reality TV shows had a lot more to do with the storylines and the stuff that was going on.
And the fact that there's writers for reality television shows.